Welcome back to Coming This Summer. As you can see, we're talking Joker 2, Joker Folie, deux, the sequel to 2019 Joker. This movie has a budget of $200 million, which is up from the $60 million that the first movie had, which is just mind-blowing considering that this movie comes nowhere close to the first installment of this now franchise, I guess. Joker 2019 is it's a great movie. It's pretentious still, and a lot of people hyped it up, and it's not as good as people say, but it is a great film. It is a great movie, whereas this one is like, hey, what if we just took all the questions you had at the end of the first Joker movie and then answered them for 2 hours straight? And I'm like, I didn't want answers to those questions. I didn't want you to pull the lid off of it and let me in on the stuff that actually happened in the first Joker. And no spoilers, of course. We're just doing pure opinions about the movie. This is a musical, if you don't know, with over 15 cover songs, pretty much all to promote Lady Gaga's new album. So I don't like that this movie is just a huge ad for a musical album for one artist that can sing. And she's great in the movie, but it's kind of weird that you centered a almost 2.5 hour movie around one person and their musical talent instead of having an actual reason to make a second film where there wasn't one. There was no reason to make this movie. I was texting Jay when I got out. I was like, that was pretty bad, man. I was actually kind of disappointed. And coming off of Megalopolis and it being such a bad movie, and Wild Robot was good, but it didn't meet my expectations. In this one, I was from the trailers they kept shoving down your throat, I was like, okay, this looks like it could be a good movie. Trial of the century type framing, what we got to get Joker in court to see if he's worthy of receiving the death sentence, if he's guilty of killing I believe Robert De Niro's character from the first movie, Maury Franklin, when he appears on the TV show. Obviously, spoilers for Joker 1. Maybe I'll put in a little warning before I said that. But it's trial of the century, So I like that framing. It was just all the musical elements were distracting from the movie I actually wanted to watch, if anything of what I'm saying makes any sense. I'm trying to get through this without spoiling the entire movie either. Characters do show up from the first movie without spoiling who. I will say that it is a direct continuation, It's literally happens almost weeks after, I think. So Gotham is destitute and Joker is in the spotlight now, as it were. So I don't know, man. I was not a fan. I was expecting so much more from this movie, from Todd Phillips as a director and from Joaquin Phoenix as an actor. I just expected, way more than what we actually got. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about it without completely spoiling the movie. But Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn plays a much smaller role than I think we anticipated, where she's just playing the basically girlfriend of Joker, and when she gets out of this criminally insane institution, she's helping Joker from the outside world by being on his side and preaching why he's not guilty and why the Joker is actually the savior of Gotham or whatever. It gets really preachy, and the songs are just misplaced. The songs you want them to sing are just being played in the background, and the songs they are singing are songs that you just want in the background, I don't know, man. I didn't need, and Lady Gaga carries most of the singing. Joaquin Phoenix is barely singing in this movie, even though when he does, it's it's really weird and really uncomfortable. And again, questions being answered I didn't need. Joker is so perfect that by the end of the movie, you have a million questions, and they're well, cool, we're not going to answer them. And for the past 5 years, people have been speculating on the internet what is actually happening with Joker. Like, oh, Joker, every time you see this clock, it's at the same time. What's that all about? Is it all in his head? I don't know. And this movie's like, here's the answer to all those questions that you had. Are you not entertained? Question mark. And it's like, well, now I have no questions after this movie, other than the biggest question of all of why did you make this movie? And okay, it is worth the watch, but it's not good. If you really liked Joker, I would almost say skip this one, because aside from them being the same characters from the first movie, it's like we're completely removed from the mystery in that layer of fog that you like built from Joker 1. Like, I've seen Joker 1 like a couple times now, and I still have the same questions I did after watching it the first time. And it's like, that's a good thing and a bad thing when you didn't have a sequel to your movie. So, to the first Joker. Currently sitting at a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes with about 60 reviews and no audience score yet. So, we will see. Go see it this weekend. I encourage you to go see it, to see for yourself. If my opinions line up with yours, let me know. Yeah, Toddy boy, Toddy Phillips. You can do better than that. You can do a lot better than that. And I don't know if James Gunn coming out and saying none of this counts in the DCU, which we kind of knew already, I don't know if that has anything to do with the performance of this film. Probably not. But in my headcanon, of course it does. You know? Of course it does. So that's the review. Numbers out of 10. Okay. I'm a 5 out of 10. Currently. Right now, I'm a 5 out of 10. We'll get Jay in here to do his review. He still has to watch the first Joker movie, and I've told him to not watch the second one if he likes the first one so much, because, again, do yourself a favor. Stay far, far away from the second movie if you liked the first one at all. And if you're just morbidly curious, then go see for yourself what I'm talking about. But everyone on the internet is pretty much in consensus that the songs were weird and the songs were out of place, and we didn't need the songs. And it actually distracted from the main part of the movie that you actually want to be watching. Like, so 5 out of 10. I feel like that's pretty generous, but yeah. Let me know what you think when you see the movie. Let us know. We'll have a box office recap on Monday or Tuesday, whichever, started next week, and then we'll have a full review coming soon. So stay tuned, my friends. Cut, print, send a premiere to export.
I'm interested to see what you thought of this, because personally I thought it was a fun movie. It's not like oh, well, I'll be watching that 10,000 times. No. It's not that movie. But like I thought it was like a good palate cleanser.
Yeah.
The movies we've seen the last couple months
haven't been great.
It was just a fun